name is Knute Nadelhoffer. I'm a professor of ecology and evolutionary biology at the University of Michigan. I have worked in the Arctic for 25 years. I'm an ecosystems ecologist. That means I study the movement of energy and elements through ecosystems, elements such as carbon and nitrogen and phosphorus. I also do research on how plants and soils and the atmosphere interact to control the amounts of carbon in ecosystems, the types of plants and soil microbes that are there. I've been working in temperate forests since I finished my PhD in Wisconsin in 1983. So I'm mostly a northern ecosystem scientist studying forests and Arctic ecosystems. I'm also the director of the University of Michigan Biological Station in northern Michigan, where we have been doing climate change research for 99 years, since 1909, and I'm a member of the Scientific Advisory Council of the Environmental Law and Policy Center in Chicago. Well, the science behind global warming is fundamentally simple and powerful. We know, based on ice core records, that before 1940, the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere, one of the primary global warming gases, or climatically active gases, was below 300 parts per million for at least 600 to 700,000 years, and probably longer. That's clear. Science knows that very well. No one disputes it. Since the middle of the last century, we have gone from approximately 300 parts per million CO2 in the atmosphere to 385 parts per million. CO2 is a warming gas. It reflects infrared radiation back to the Earth and keeps some of the heat from escaping to space. That is also very well known. The physical properties of CO2 and other greenhouse gases, such as methane, which is also increasing, N2O, or nitrous oxide, which is increasing. These are all radiatively active gases that reflect heat back to the Earth's surface. We know that, and we know that all three of those gases are increasing. We are now approaching 390 parts per million of CO2, higher concentration than has ever existed in human history, human civilized history for sure. And you know, when you consider that the human species is only 1 million plus years old, we're living in an atmosphere that we've never lived in before. We also know that CO2 is the direct result of our fossil fuel combustion and land use conversion in the tropics. So we can not only measure the CO2 increasing, but we can identify the source. There is absolutely no scientific question about that. That's what we know. Now we can move into areas that we have pretty good idea about where we're going, but not 100% certainty. We know the Earth has been warming over the past century based on records commensurate with the increase in CO2 and other greenhouse gases. What we don't know is how much the Earth will continue to warm. It will warm, but we specify scientifically a range of degrees heating. And those ranges are anywhere from 4 degrees Fahrenheit on average to upward to 9 to 12 degrees, depending on policy decisions we decide to make, economic decisions we decide to make regarding greenhouse gas emissions. So what do we know? CO2 is increasing. It's higher than it's ever been in 700,000 years. Humans are the cause? Absolutely no. We know that the planet is warming, and the planet is getting drier in areas that are already dry, and it's getting wetter in areas that are already wet. So this energy that's being held in the Earth's system is driving cycles to amplify current climatic conditions.